This is a story about jealousy, betrayal, and the ultimate comeuppance that left my entire family speechless. The Golden Child and the Black Sheep. My name is Delilah Montgomery, and I'm 34 years old. My sister Cassandra is 37, and for as long as I can remember, she's been our parents' golden child. Growing up in Portland, Oregon, Cassandra could do no wrong. She got straight A's, was captain of the cheerleading squad, married her high school sweetheart Marcus at 23, and landed a corporate job at a prestigious marketing firm right after college. Me, I was the disappointment. I barely scraped through college with a degree in graphic design, worked freelance gigs that my parents called not real jobs, and stayed single well into my 30s. Every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, every family gathering became a showcase for Cassandra's accomplishments while I sat in the corner, invisible. Delilah still hasn't settled down. My mother would sigh dramatically to relatives, as if I was some tragic spinster from a Victorian novel. But here's what they didn't know. While Cassandra was climbing the corporate ladder and posting perfect family photos on Facebook, I was building something quietly, something powerful. The rise nobody saw coming. In 2018, I started a small digital marketing agency from my cramped one-bedroom apartment. I worked 16-hour days, lived on ramen noodles and black coffee, and poured every cent I made back into the business. My parents thought I was wasting my time. Cassandra openly mocked me at family dinners. "Still playing with your little computer projects, Deli?" she'd say with that condescending smile, using the childhood nickname I hated. "You know, Marcus and I just got promoted again. Maybe it's time you got a real job with benefits." I'd smile, nod, and say nothing, because I knew something they didn't. By 2021, my agency had landed 3 Fortune 500 clients. By 2022, we'd expanded to a team of 25 employees. And by March 2023, I sold my agency to a major tech company for $18.7 million. I didn't tell anyone, not immediately. I wanted to enjoy the moment privately, to savor the success that I'd built entirely on my own. The $5.7 million condo. On April 15, 2023, I closed on a stunning penthouse condo in downtown Seattle, $5.7 million, with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Puget Sound, a rooftop terrace, and 3 bedrooms each with their own en-suite bathroom. It was my dream home, my palace, my reward for years of grinding when everyone told me I was going nowhere. I posted one photo on Instagram, just one, the view from my living room at sunset with the caption, "New chapter, blessed and grateful." Within an hour, my phone exploded. Cassandra called me 7 times before I answered. "Delilah, what the hell is that post? Did you rob a bank? Where did you get money for a place like that?" "I bought it," I said calmly, "with my money from my business." Silence. Then, "Your business? That little freelance thing you do. Delilah, be serious. Did Marcus's parents lend you money? Did you take out a massive loan you can't afford?" "Cassandra, I sold my agency for $18.7 million. The condo is mine, paid in cash." More silence. Then her voice changed, became sharp and brittle. "You spent almost $6 million on a condo. Do you know how selfish that is? Do you know how many people are struggling? Mom and Dad could have used help with their mortgage. I could have used that money to put away for my kids' college fund. But no, Delilah has to show off, has to prove she's better than everyone else." I was stunned. I'm selfish for buying myself a home with money I earned. "You're rubbing it in everyone's faces. You're being flashy and irresponsible. Typical Delilah, always thinking about yourself." She hung up. 20 minutes later, my mother called. "Delilah, honey, Cassandra told me about your purchase. She's very upset. You know how hard she's been working, how much stress she's under. Maybe you could have been more discreet." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "Mom, I worked my whole life for this. I built a business from nothing. Why is it wrong for me to enjoy my success?" "It's not wrong, sweetheart, but you have to understand how it looks. Cassandra has been the responsible one, the one we could always count on. This feels like you're showing off." That conversation told me everything I needed to know. Even with $18 million in the bank, I was still the problem child in their eyes. The family meeting from hell. 2 weeks later, my parents hosted a family dinner. I almost didn't go, but something told me I needed to face this head-on. I walked in wearing jeans and a simple sweater, nothing flashy. Cassandra arrived in designer everything. The irony wasn't lost on me. Dinner was awkward. My father asked polite questions about my new place, but you could feel the tension radiating from Cassandra's side of the table. Her husband, Marcus, wouldn't even look at me. Their 2 kids, Emma, 10, and Jake, 8, seemed confused by the adult drama. Finally, over dessert, Cassandra couldn't hold it in anymore. "So, Delilah, now that you're a millionaire, do you still talk to us regular people?" "Cassandra," my father warned. "No, Dad, let me speak. Delilah has always been the family charity case, and now suddenly she's too good for us. She spends almost $6 million on a condo instead of helping her family. Do you know what I could do with that money? Do you know how hard Marcus and I work to maintain our lifestyle?" I set down my fork carefully. "What lifestyle would that be, Cass? The one where you make $150,000 a year, drive a leased BMW, and live in a house your in-laws helped you buy. That lifestyle." Her face went red. "How dare you?" "How dare I what? Tell the truth. You've spent my entire life making me feel small, like everything I did was worthless. And now that I'm successful, you can't handle it." Marcus finally spoke up. "Cassandra's right, Delilah, you've changed. Money's gone to your head." I laughed, actually laughed. "Marcus, you didn't even know I existed unless Cassandra pointed me out at family gatherings. Don't pretend you care about my character now." My mother started crying. "This is exactly what I was afraid of. Money tears families apart." "No, Mom," I said, standing up. "Jealousy tears families apart. I'm done apologizing for my success." I left. I didn't go back to another family dinner for months. The downfall. September 2023, 5 months after the condo incident. My phone rang at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. It was Cassandra. "Delilah," her voice was small, shaky, so different from her usual confident tone. "What's wrong?" I got fired. Today, they eliminated my entire department. 22 people just gone. I don't know what to do." Part of me wanted to say something cutting, something that would remind her of how she'd treated me. But I heard genuine fear in her voice. "I'm sorry, Cass. That's terrible. There's more." She was crying now. "Marcus lost his job 6 weeks ago. We didn't tell anyone because we thought it was temporary, that he'd find something fast. But nothing's come through. We're behind on our mortgage, Delilah. 3 months behind. The bank sent a foreclosure notice last week." My heart sank despite everything. "What about your savings?" We didn't really have savings. We spent everything on keeping up appearances. The kids' private school, the cars, the vacations. We thought the money would always be there." I closed my eyes. This was karma, brutal and swift. The desperate request. 3 days later, Cassandra showed up at my condo. I'd never given her the address, but I'm sure my mother had. She looked terrible. No makeup, hair in a messy ponytail, wearing sweats. This wasn't the polished, perfect Cassandra I knew. "Can I come in?" she asked quietly. I let her in. She walked through my home slowly, taking in the marble countertops, the designer furniture, the view that cost millions. I saw her throat work as she swallowed hard. We sat on my terrace, Seattle spreading out below us. "I need to ask you something," she said, staring at her hands. "And I know I have no right to ask, given how I treated you." "Go on." "I need a job. At your agency. I know you sold it, but you still have connections, right? You could help me get interviews, recommend me to people. I'm desperate, Delilah. We're going to lose everything." There it was. The woman who called me selfish, who mocked my career for years, was now begging me for employment. "Why would I help you, Cassandra?" She looked up, tears streaming down her face. "Because I'm your sister. Because family is supposed to help each other." "Family is supposed to help each other," I repeated slowly. You mean like how you helped me by calling me selfish when I bought this place? Like how you've spent our entire lives making me feel worthless?" "I was jealous," she burst out. "I was so jealous I couldn't see straight. You were always the creative one, the free spirit. I had to work so hard to be perfect, to make Mom and Dad proud. And then you swooped in and became more successful than I ever was without even trying." "Without trying," I stood up. "Cassandra, I worked 80-hour weeks. I sacrificed relationships, health, sleep. I tried for years while you all mocked me." I know, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." She was sobbing now, completely broken. "I've been horrible to you. I've been a terrible sister. But please, I'm begging you. My kids, Emma and Jake, they don't deserve to suffer because their parents were stupid and prideful." And there it was, the truth I couldn't ignore. My niece and nephew, innocent in all of this. The condition. I sat back down and looked at my sister for a long moment. "I'll help you," I finally said. Her face lit up with desperate hope. "But there are conditions." "Anything, I'll do anything. First, you're going to apologize, really apologize, to me in front of our parents. You're going to admit that you were cruel and jealous, and that I didn't do anything wrong by succeeding." She nodded quickly. "Yes, okay." "Second, you and Marcus are going to meet with a financial advisor, one I'll pay for. You're going to create a real budget, cut the unnecessary expenses, and learn to live within your means." "Agreed." "Third, I'm not getting you a job. I'm going to do something better. I'm going to teach you how to freelance, how to build a client base, how to work for yourself. It won't be glamorous at first. You'll be grinding like I did. But if you're willing to work, you can rebuild." Cassandra was quiet for a moment. "You're not just going to hand me a position." "No, because then you won't appreciate it. You need to understand what I went through, what it takes to build something from nothing. Do you want the help or not?" She wiped her eyes. "I want it. I'll do whatever it takes." The transformation. October 2023 through February 2024 were hard months for Cassandra. True to my word, I taught her everything I knew about freelancing, about pitching clients, about managing projects. She started with small gigs, $200 for a social media strategy, $500 for a content calendar. I watched her struggle. I watched her work until 2 a.m., just like I had. I watched her face rejection after rejection. And slowly, I watched her understand what I had gone through. Marcus found a job in November, not as prestigious as his old one, but stable. They sold one of their cars. They pulled Emma and Jake from private school and enrolled them in an excellent public school. They stopped going on expensive vacations. And they stopped pretending to be something they weren't. In January 2024, Cassandra landed her first major client, a $5,000 project that took her 3 weeks to complete. She called me crying with joy. "I did it, Deli. I actually did it on my own." "You did," I said, smiling, "and you can do it again." The apology. February 14, 2024, Valentine's Day. My parents hosted a small dinner. I almost didn't expect Cassandra to follow through with the apology condition. 6 months had passed, and we'd found a tentative peace in our working relationship. But as we sat down to eat, she stood up, wine glass trembling in her hand. "I need to say something," she announced. The room went quiet. Marcus looked at her with concern, but she shook her head at him. "Mom, Dad, Delilah, I owe everyone here an apology, but especially Delilah." She turned to me, tears already forming. "When you bought your condo, I called you selfish. I said terrible things about you to our parents, to my friends, to anyone who would listen. And I was wrong. Completely, utterly wrong." My mother started to speak, but Cassandra held up a hand. "Let me finish, please. Delilah, you worked harder than anyone I know. You sacrificed and struggled while I coasted on privilege and our parents' approval. And when you finally succeeded, when you finally got to enjoy the fruits of your labor, I couldn't handle it. I was jealous. I was bitter. I was a horrible sister." She was crying openly now. "These past 6 months working with you, learning from you, I finally understand what you went through. The late nights, the rejection, the fear, the determination. And I'm ashamed of how I treated you. You didn't owe me anything, but you helped me anyway. You saved my family when you had every right to turn your back on us." She walked over to me and knelt down, actually knelt by my chair. "I'm so sorry, Delilah, for everything. For every cruel word, every dismissive comment, every time I made you feel small. You're an incredible woman, and I'm honored to be your sister, even though I don't deserve to be." The room was silent except for her crying. I felt tears on my own cheeks. I stood up and pulled her to her feet, then hugged her tightly. "I forgive you," I whispered. "We're family, we move forward." My mother was sobbing into her napkin. Even my father, stoic as ever, had tears in his eyes. It wasn't a perfect moment. Years of hurt don't disappear with one apology, but it was a start. The epilogue. It's now November 2024, a year and a half since I bought my selfish condo. Cassandra has built a successful freelance marketing consultancy. She's making about $80,000 a year, not as much as her corporate job, but enough. More importantly, she's happy. She has control over her schedule, she's present for her kids, and she's learned the value of living within her means. Marcus has been promoted at his new job. They saved their house from foreclosure and are slowly rebuilding their savings. Real savings this time, not just keeping up appearances. Emma and Jake are thriving in public school. Emma told me last week that she actually likes it better because the kids are more real, Aunt Deli. As for my parents, they've finally started to see me differently. My mother apologized in her own way, asking more about my business, my life, treating me like my opinions matter. My father told me he was proud of me, the first time he's ever said those words. But the biggest change is in my relationship with Cassandra. We're not just sisters now, we're friends. We talk on the phone twice a week. She asks for my advice, and I ask for hers. We've started a tradition of having lunch together every other Sunday, just the two of us. Last month, she showed up at my door with a gift, a framed photo of us as kids, before jealousy and competition got in the way. On the frame, she'd engraved, "To the sister who saved me by letting me fall first. Thank you for teaching me what strength really means." I keep it on my bedside table, next to a photo of the Seattle skyline taken from my selfish $5.7 million condo. Sometimes karma is harsh and immediate. Sometimes revenge isn't about destroying someone. It's about letting them destroy themselves and then offering a hand to help them rebuild on your terms. Cassandra called me selfish for buying a home with money I earned. Then she lost everything and asked me for employment. I could have said no. I could have watched her crash and burn. But I didn't, because real strength isn't about being cruel when you have power. It's about using that power to transform, to teach, to help someone become better than they were. My sister learned what I already knew. Success isn't about keeping up appearances or tearing others down. It's about hard work, humility, and being brave enough to rebuild when everything falls apart. And me, I learned that forgiveness doesn't make you weak. Setting boundaries while still offering grace, that's the real power move. So yes, I spent $5.7 million on a condo. And it was worth every single penny, not just for the view, but for everything that came after. Final thoughts. If you're reading this and you have a family member who's always put you down, who's made you feel less than, remember this. Your success is not selfish. Your happiness is not showing off. You earned every bit of what you have, and you don't need anyone's permission to enjoy it. And to anyone who's struggling right now, who feels like they're at rock bottom, there's always a way back up. Sometimes you need to swallow your pride and ask for help. Sometimes you need to admit you were wrong. Sometimes you need to work harder than you ever have before. But if you're willing to do the work, to be honest with yourself, to let go of ego and embrace humility, you can rebuild. You can become stronger than you were before. Cassandra did, and if she can do it, anyone can. As for me, I'm sitting on my terrace right now, watching the sunset over Puget Sound, grateful for everything. The struggle, the success, the heartbreak, and the healing. Life is funny that way. The people who call you selfish often just can't see past their own reflection. But when they finally look up and see you clearly, really see you, that's when the magic happens. That's when families stop competing and start supporting. That's when sisters become friends. And that's when a $5.7 million condo becomes more than just a home. It becomes a symbol of what's possible when you believe in yourself, even when nobody else does. Thank you for reading my story. I hope it inspires you to chase your dreams unapologetically, to set boundaries firmly but lovingly, and to remember that revenge is sometimes just success seasoned with grace. Delilah Montgomery, Seattle, Washington, November 2024.